Sydney salon owner Luke Smart says that hiring the most qualified people possible can have a huge impact on his business. That's why he relies on a temporary worker visa known as the 457 visa to bring in a small number of his employees from overseas.
Well, it's critical. You know, there's organisations overseas like Sassoon's where, you know, if we can get one of their educators, which is, you know, and bring that knowledge base to my organisation, it lifts the whole game up.
Earlier this week, Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull announced he was scrapping the 457 program.
It will be replaced by a new system that will be manifestly, rigorously, resolutely conducted in the national interest to put Australians and Australian jobs first.
The 457 visa was created in the 1990s to cope with the sudden increase in demand for skills and international competition. Last year, there were about 95,000 people in Australia on temporary work visas, including more than 3,000 people from China. They've helped fill jobs in the hospitality industry, medical fields, and at universities. But critics have long contended that there were no safeguards to protect overseas workers and ensure employers looked toward hiring in Australia first. Just 24 hours later, Turnbull announced sweeping changes to the nation's citizenship laws, saying new arrivals must prize Australian values and declare their commitment to the country. Turnbull has denied the moves to strengthen immigration are designed to appeal to the conservative wing of his party.
The fact is that the migration program should only operate in our national interest. This is all about Australia's interest. This is about jobs for Australians.
University of Technology Sydney professor Jock Collins says Australia's latest stance is part of a rising populist movement currently gaining support in other countries. And he says restricting skilled migrant worker visas could have consequences.
There are a lot of international academics, for example, who come with a PhD that may not have the work experience. So where they've been able to come and take jobs in research centres and universities in Australia, that appears to be being closed.
The end of the 457 visa means temporary overseas workers will only be allowed to stay in Australia for up to 2 years and will no longer have the option of applying for permanent residency. Greg Navarro, CGTN, Sydney.